welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Camilla, and today I wanted to do a little bit of an introduction to this video that's coming up. So earlier in October, I met up with Jay from My Quarter Life Crisis, and we had a bit of a chat. It was really fun, to talk to someone from Booktube, like not in person, but sort of in person, face to face via Zoom. And we decided to do a bit of a buddy read project. And yeah, you'll see in the next few minutes what we came up with. I focused this video on the TBR that she kind of built for me, which will be the basis of my TBR for November outside of Nonfiction November. So without further ado, please enjoy this conversation with Jay.
It is so exciting to meet you in person, Camilla.
Yeah, you too.
Hi, I'm Jay. I read exclusively shitty YA dystopian fiction. So obviously Camilla and we were destined to be in the same.
Yeah, we were a perfect match.
But yes, my whole bit on my channel is that I'm 26, but I'm feeling very nostalgic for the days of my youth. Hence, I am reviewing all of the terrible fiction I used to love. So Divergent is the most recognizable right now. John Green things. Anything that I'm a little embarrassed by, I am bringing up publicly.
I think that's great. I was definitely there, like at around like that age. I'm obviously a bit older, but I was definitely there as well when I started reading some YA that I used to really enjoy, especially with the movies coming out. Like I think it's been nice.
It is so interesting to be like in your 20s and like see like, oh, so this book is actually not great. Like the experience of like reading something you used to love but like as an adult is just so fascinating. I do have like one more question because like
okay, go ahead.
I guess like to set us both up, like what are like books that you really like reading? Like what are your hard like yeses or your like hard no? I don't know. Like I guess like what books do you like gravitate towards and what books don't you gravitate towards?
That's a great question. It's a hard question though, because I really do read like a bit of everything. I think like if you've seen a few of my videos, like I will just read anything. But I do gravitate toward like female like protagonists, obviously like women writers. I quite like contemporary fiction. I do like some romance. I think the big no's are like horror for me, and like I'm not a big fan of crime fiction. Mm-hmm. Just I don't know. I want to say I like uplifting things, but also I will read like multi-generational trauma like books. So yeah, it depends. And what about you?
Okay, so like I like to think I am open to reading everything. I am a hard no on just like anything written by a straight white male. I'm just kidding. Which is not true. I definitely don't have as diverse of a palette as you, but I am just so over like straight like cis het like white like male media.
Yeah.
I'm so over like things like that.
Yeah, those perspectives. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I do gravitate towards like fantasy, dystopian, sci-fi. I like things with just a hint of magic in them. I do really like horror. Like
okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Like horror is a good one for me, and I think I'm open to true crime, but like for some reason like I think it's because like it's often about like I don't know, like I've been watching a lot of like people roasting like Riley Sager like in his book.
I feel like I've heard on Booktube, but I've never heard about this writer before.
Yeah, like the vibe I'm getting, I feel like this falls into like I like true crime, but I don't want true crime written by a straight white male. Like,
yeah,
that's kind of what I want. Me alienating the straight white male watchers, which I feel bad about. You guys are great, not you guys.
I'm married to a straight white man.
So there are good ones out there. They just need female editors.
Exactly. But it's great about the horror. You'll have to give me some suggestion in terms of like female written horror and stuff like that, because I feel like maybe that's why I haven't clicked with horror, is that so much of it is written by men, and like the sexual and gender violence is just something I don't appreciate. So yeah.
Yeah, agreed with that. I will look back through like the Rolodex in my brain, because that's exactly like
Cool.
my caveat too. Okay, but yes,
Great.
yeah. With that in mind, I guess I don't know about you, but I was mentally like crossing off like some of my 5 and like limiting it down. But yeah. Okay. So knowing that like you were embracing the weird, I am gonna add some
Okay, cool.
So let's do a similar weirdest like less weird to most weird.
Okay, cool.
I do have to write one. There's one behind me that is one of the weird picks. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I also kind of wanted to like bridge like the gap between our two reading tastes.
Yeah.
But I think I have 4 picks now that I do kind of want you to, or maybe it's 5. Okay. So starting from like the lower end of the spectrum, the least weird, is You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson, I believe her name is. I saw that you either read, or I think you wanted to read The Hate You Give on Goodreads.
Yeah.
Which is also a really good book. You Should See Me in a Crown is a similar, well, not similar, but it's also like about like a teenage girl like who is also like a Black protagonist, and it's her story of like trying to campaign for prom queen in her like very white town. And yeah, and the story is like really like, it's like delightful. It made me laugh, it made me cry, I loved it.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, so I read it earlier this year, but like I could reread it 1,000 times and not
Oh, nice.
yes. So that's the first one. The second one, I'm going to ask you to expand your horizons into the realm of straight white male authors.
Okay.
So this one, I have the physical copy. It's called We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. It's very cute. It's basically like, it opens with him like realizing like he was like, the book jacket says, when I was 25 years old, it came to my attention that I had never had a girlfriend. At the time, I was actually under the impression that I was in a relationship. So this bit of news came as sort of a shock to me. So it's a very cute book. It's about like this guy like reflecting on his like past loves and why those never really became relationships. It's like a journey of like self-love for him. And Josh also brings like an interesting perspective, because he also is an amputee. Like when he was a kid, like he was a cancer survivor, and they had to amputate his leg when he was younger. And that detail is like, it's like, it's like a part of like his identity, and it's like a part of the story, but it's like not,
doesn't define him.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a good way to put it. But yes, but I really like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's very cute.
I'm liking the vibes up to now. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's very like fun. There's pictures also.
Wait, it's not nonfiction.
Yeah, it's a memoir.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, but he like does love pictures. He does love to make pie graphs.
Nice. Who doesn't love a graph?
This one would be interesting for both of us to read, because I read this when I was 20 and I really liked it, but for whatever reason I didn't read it again. So,
okay.
But it's a short story collection. It's called Barbara the Slut and Other Stories. It's basically like snippets of like the intersection of like life and love and romance and like sex and things like that. but I found like the stories are very like quirky and interesting, and also from what I remember, they are all like from a woman's perspective.
Mm,
So I think we might like
nice.
that. I'm gonna do all 6 recommendations. Okay, so
Okay,
this
go ahead. Go ahead.
this one's gonna be a little weird, and it's fine if we don't pick this one. But
Okay.
so this one is called The Family Fang, by Kevin Wilson. It's like a quirky, interesting book. It's about like a family of performance artists. So basically, they're performance artists, but their type of art is that they go into public spaces and they essentially create chaos. It's like
Oh.
like they'll cause like a big fight that ends comically with like jelly beans being thrown into air for some
Okay.
reason.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
they want to cause a disruption. It's almost like they're a YouTube prank show, but they consider this art.
Okay.
And that is like the backstory to explain like how the two young kids who were a part of this family like grew up, and how like their like trauma from their childhood like informs
Okay.
like
Sure.
what's happening in their current life. It's very interesting. I don't know, I find that I related it to it a lot because like um from like themes of like being an artist and kind of giving yourself like fully to your art,
Mm.
things like that. Also, like one of the characters who's a writer, he was kind of like feeling like a little bit of a deadbeat because he was like unemployed and things like that.
Sure.
And I felt
Relatable.
relatable. And there's also just like a lot of weird, funny, like quirky things that happen to them, like as children. We're leaning more into sci-fi territory with this one, but I do think that this is like a safe pick in my opinion.
Okay.
So you probably saw this on Booktube a lot, but it's This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal, El-Mohtar, and Max Gladstone. I chose this because you said that you do like romance. So I was like, okay, I can see this working. It's
So it's a romance?
yeah, so it's basically the two main characters. They're like agents or like spies on opposite ends of like a time war. So their two sides are
Okay.
trying to like manipulate like events in the past to make sure that their future prevails, but they end up falling but they fall madly in love with each other, and it's
Oh.
very cute.
Okay.
It is very like it is nice, and I find that like the writing style is very like soothing to listen to.
Nice.
So I think you would like that. Yes, that's the fourth pick, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
The
And then
fifth one.
the fifth one? Okay.
Yeah.
The last one, this could be a weird one. I wasn't sure how you felt about zombies.
I'm up for zombies.
Okay. When I like recorded myself like talking last night, I was like, I really like this one, but I don't know how she feels about zombies. So like, but I feel confident in at least pitching this to you. So this one is called Dead Man Walking.
All right.
Yeah. And so the zombie apocalypse aspect is more of like backstory for this book. It's like it's happening in like the aftermath of a zombie apocalypse, but at the point where we sort of rebuilt society, to the point where we're holding a new election. And
Okay. Sure.
yeah, and the book follows two bloggers who are who have been like tasked to or like invited to cover like one of the candidates' presidential campaign. And the context is that like when the apocalypse first happened, traditional news media outlets weren't covering the the attacks the way that they should have, and so like independent bloggers like became like the most reliable news source for other people. And now we're at the point where like two of these bloggers are being invited as like reporters on like presidential campaign. And there are zombies, but
Okay.
but yes. But yeah, I haven't read this in a while, so like I would be really excited to reread this too.
Nice. Oh my god, such good choices. I love your intro as well to each of them. I feel like I was just giving you a list. You've done such a great job. Like, oh my god, they all sound so good. I mean, I've not read any of them, so they sound like great lists. Like, you really looked for interesting titles. My goodness.
Because like my thoughts are that like I I want to read all of the books on the list.
Me too.
Like I don't have any that I want to cross off. I'm feeling that like my TBR is going to be all 5 of these.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking. I think.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
No pressure.
I also want to read all of them. You sold them very well.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I'm particularly excited though about the This Is How You Lose the Time War.
Yes.
That one.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that. But then I was really excited about the Family Fang.
Yeah, okay.
I'm excited about all of them.
Oh, I'm glad.
For different reasons.
Yeah, I'm glad. That makes me so excited. Thanks so much for doing this.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, all right. I will stop the recording, but to our small following, we will see you. I don't know. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Hi again, I'm back for a little conclusion to this video. So after the 6 recommendations that Jay gave me, she'd also recommended me one more thing by BJ Novak. So these were like the 7 recommendations she gave me, and I guess you'll have seen, but I was very excited about all of them. I had never heard of any of these books, which was very exciting. I always love to discover things that are kind of outside of, I guess, my periphery, like a vision and of my bubble of what I've looked at and what I've wanted to buy and stuff. So this was really fun exercise just to do that. Of the 7, I did only find 5, and I really struggled. And I think it's because I'm obviously in a different country. But I ended up finding The Family Fang by Kevin Wilson at my local library. So I'm picking up a copy this week, and I'll be starting it in early November. I'm also subscribed to Scribd, or Scribd as I like to call it, and I've just been a really good resource. So I've been paying for it for about 2 months, and I did find 2 of the books that she recommended on it. I found Barbara the Slut by Lauren Holmes. What is it? Barbara the Slut and Other People, I believe, yeah. And then I also found an audiobook of You Should See Me in the Crown by Leah Johnson. So that's exciting, so that'll be easily available to me. And finally, I don't like to give money to Amazon, and I've been, well, I could not sign up to anything from it, but I did find 2 of the books on Audible, and then Audible was like, hey, do you want 2 free listens? And I was like, yeah. So yeah, I was signed up for a month for free, and I got 2 books for free. So they were This Is How You Lose a Time War, and the was it Josh Sundquist, We Should Hang Out Sometime. So yeah, so I have 5 of them. Could not find for the life of me Dead Men Walking anywhere. And same with BJ Novak. So maybe it was available like from Waterstones, but I didn't want to buy it. So yeah, 5 is still really good. I'm excited for all of them. They're all very different genres, so that's what's really exciting about it. I think I'll have a bit of an adventure through all of them, you know, through the fantasy and the more family-centric ones and the YA. So yeah, very excited. We'll be chatting at the end of the month, probably doing a wrap-up with both our lists. So come back to see our thoughts. And Jay will be posting her own video in the next few weeks, so look out for that. I will be linking it below when it becomes available, and you'll be able to go and see more of our conversation on her channel. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to go and check out Jay's channel, especially if you're into YA. And hey, see you back. Bye!